These are some of the faces of 2009. The faces of people like you and me, people with families. The faces of people who used to make loans, who used to write insurance, who used to sell electronics, who used to work construction. They were the givers who unexpectedly found themselves in need. Families depended on them, and now they depended on us.
You know, in October of '08, we had a vision that things were going to be bleak for the United States economy. We were in the midst of going through the biggest stock market calamity, arguably since the Great Depression. And we quickly met and talked about what we were going to do for the neediest folks that we knew would be affected most by this economic dilemma. So the Community Foundation got together and decided to take a rainy day fund that, through the foresight of the former leaders of the foundation, had put aside over the years, and taken that money, said we're going to use $1 million to create a safety net fund.
With $1 million commitment and an email to its donors and friends, TCF amassed $1.9 million to help these people. $150,000 went to feed more, timed for the summer months when the shelves in many years are bare.
When you think of the safety net fund and the economy that we've been going through, everybody's first thought is the hungry people in our community and who's meeting those increased needs.
Creative solutions emerged, and we were there to help. A grant to the Lewis Skinner Botanical Garden facilitated the creation of a new community garden that produced more than 7,000 pounds of fresh vegetables for Meals on Wheels clients and Kids Cafe sites.
Between Feed More and Hunters for the Hungry and Lewis Skinner Botanical Garden, it's an amazing partnership in our community, and I feel like it has to be unique.
Helping people find new jobs and stay in their homes were top priorities. Goodwill Industries and the Better Housing Coalition were leaders.
Goodwill Industries' primary mission is workforce development. Through a case management approach, they help people assess their skills, because a lot of people may need to learn a whole new skill set to get a job. They do a skills assessment, they do job training, they provide interview coaching, resume writing, all the way through to job placement. And as you can imagine, this year the demand for services such as this has almost doubled. The Community Foundation Safety Net Fund was there to help provide support for 6 additional counselors to meet that need. This was real stimulus because not only does it help people get back to work, but it provides them the self-respect they so desperately need.
We provided funding for job training, rent assistance, and mortgage counseling.
For those individuals who are at risk of losing their homes, the Better Housing Coalition is there to provide temporary assistance. Through help from the Community Foundation Safety Net Fund, 46 individuals should receive 1 month's rent at a time when they had nowhere else to turn.
One of the priority funding areas for the Community Foundation since I've been on the board has been access to affordable health care for the uninsured and the underinsured. One great thing about the Safety Net Fund is that it has enabled the Community Foundation to expand its grant making in its priority area. Many people have had to forego health insurance or have lost their health insurance with the job loss. As a result of that, many of them are faced with tough decisions that most of us could never imagine having to make, choosing between feeding your family, keeping the lights on, and taking needed medication for a chronic illness. As an example, the Fan-Free Clinic has seen an increase in its chronic care patients, which exceed acute care patients by nearly 50%. A grant from the Community Foundation Safety Net Fund has enabled the Fan-Free Clinic to expand its capacity by nearly 10%.
The Community Foundation extended its commitment to also help nonprofits in the rural communities served by our 3 regional affiliates, the Gloucester Community Foundation, the Matthews Community Foundation, and the River Counties Community Foundation.
Taking their lead from the Community Foundation, each of the affiliates established their own safety net fund at the end of last year. They were armed with a $12,500 grant to each affiliate from the Community Foundation to get started. And as a testimony to the credibility that they have in their community, they were able to parlay that into $200,000. It will go to those nonprofits that are serving the most basic needs in our communities of food, shelter, and health.
None of this would have been possible without you. We have worked together as a team to face this crisis head-on and to ease the suffering taking place in our community. We particularly want to thank our community partners, those of you on the front lines who have changed people's lives for the better. Richmond is a great community. We celebrate together and we help each other in times of need. This is what No Degrees of Separation is all about.